Hey everyone, this is going to be a 30-minute yoga sequence all about your gut. We are going to work on some twists and massaging, restorative poses that are going to help you with any belly, bloating, or tummy issues you might be experiencing. So let's get right into it. If you have a block, go ahead and grab it. I'm going to use a block today. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. There's always modifications with or without your block. But if you think you might want to use a block, a rolled up blanket or a pillow works just as well. So we're actually going to get started on our backs today. You can lay down on your mat just like that and place your feet together and open your knees up like a book. Place your right hand on your heart center, and your left hand on your belly. Yeah, let your elbows settle down beside your side body on your mat and allow your shoulders to drop back behind your earlobes. And all we want to do here is breathe. Breathe into our natural breath. So a good question for yourself here is, how do you breathe on a daily basis? How do you breathe on a daily basis for your body? I can share I'm a super shallow breather. So whenever I have a quiet moment to myself, I do try to breathe a little bit more intentionally and give myself that space to take some deep breaths. And if that just triggered in yourself to take a deep breath, which it might have, send that breath into your right hand. Notice how your upper body will fill up, lungs get nice and open, breathing into your shoulders, breathing into your shoulder blades. And exhale, feel your upper chest deflate back downward. Take a few more deep breaths. Now switching, just breathing in through your nose. Seal your lips and just focus on breathing in and out through your nose. And sip in air through each nostril. Let it hit the back of your throat. And guide that air back right out through your throat, through your nose, through each nostril. Now as you're breathing, just notice this right hand. Quiet this right hand. So we're not going to breathe into the right hand anymore. We're going to now take our awareness and breathe into the left hand. So sliding that left palm just above your belly button over your diaphragm. So breathe into your low ribs is what I should say. Imagine filling space right at the tips of your rib cage. And then exhale, notice how your diaphragm drops down towards your spine. Breathe in. Your diaphragm activates. And exhale. That diaphragm's going to dip right back down, hollowing out the space between your ribs. This is belly breathing. Really, really good for your belly, your gut, because it's also linked to reducing stress. Whenever we breathe into our belly, we are switching on our flight or fight response and calming our brain down. Also switching on our rest and digest. Chill out, taking your deep breaths, and instead of flying away, stay and breathe. take 3 more breaths just here. Breathe in. Let it go. Breathe in. Let it go. Last one, breathing in. Calming yourself down, relaxing your body, and releasing any stress will help with our digestive system. We'll take our feet straight if you haven't already. Yeah, lengthen out your legs, straighten your knees, point your toes, and make little circles with your ankles, awaken those feet. And then you can do the same with your arms. Take your arms up over your head, make little circles with your wrists. Breathing in and creating some lovely space that we need for our practice today. Okay, now turn over to your right side. Push yourself up to a seated position. Come into a cross-legged little seat with me. And take your hands to your heart center. Deep breath in together. Let it go. Deep breath in. And let it go. Amazing. Set an intention for your class today. So my intention for you all is to focus on your core, cleaning up your belly, gut, right? Maybe that is connected to your intuition, following your gut. If there's anything that feels stuck or in your way, a decision that has to be made, something that you're not sure of, let's clear that space. And my intention for you is to follow your gut, right? You know what's best for you. And the first step is to connect your mind and your body. And we will do that in this practice together. Take one more breath in. Let it go. Take your right hand down to your mat and take your opposite hand up and over. Just creating some space in your side body. And you might notice me, I'm kind of tipping over. If you find yourself doing that too, take your awareness to that hip and just root down your left hip bone and opening up, creating a flare between your rib bones, but also your low rib is being pulled away from your hip bone. And we'll come back to center and go off into the other side. Yeah, it feels so good, stretching out, opening up the side body, creating movement that we normally don't do, right? If you sit all day at your desk, or you stand all day, you know, when do we ever get to practice movement like our side bends? So go back to the other side, take a deep breath in here. Exhale, release back to center. Breathe in, other side. Exhale, back to center. We're just going to go back and forth. Breathe in. Exhale, back to center, other side. Exhale, back to center. One more time on each side. So good. And I'm noticing already one side feels a little bit tighter than the other. So I'm just going to give myself some extra love on that side that feels a bit tight today. Then take your hands out in front of you, interlace your fingers, push your palms away from you and open up your back. And then take those hands up and over your head and behind your head, elbows back. But if you're rounding your back, send your sternum bone in line with your tailbone. So just sending your rib cage back in line with your hips. Straighten out your neck, crown of the head to the sky. One big breath here. And release it. Let's move now to our downward facing dog. Our first one of the day. So hands out in front of you. Pinky edges always to the edges of your mat. And then take those hips up towards the sky. Bum up nice and high for me. And then press back into your hips. Send your heels down towards the floor. And pedal out your heels. Perfect. And Roll out your hips into a circle. So we're going to send our pelvis up and back one way. And pause and then go into the other side. So good. Walk your hands to your feet for me. Open up your feet nice and wide and come into a deep squat. So your knees are in line with your toes and send your tailbone down towards your mat. Goddess pose, arms out nice and wide. Elbows to your inner knees there. Press in, take one breath in. Exhale it out. Take one breath in. Let it go. Now we're going to take our hands back to the ground, bum up nice and high, and then walk yourself back to your downward facing dog. Continue to pedal out your heels. And then look forward, take a giant step forward with both feet. And again, just at the top of your mat, flare your toes out. Make sure your knees are in line with your toes and take your goddess stance. Arms out nice and wide, and then press your elbows or your arm bones into your legs. Send your tailbone down, heart up. One big breath here together. Beautiful. On your exhale, find your fingers to your mat and walk your feet in to touch, toes to touch for me. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine, press into your thighs, and get a nice straight spine here. And then fold forward. Let it go. Drop your head. Deep breath in. Exhale. We're going to come all the way up to a stand. Take your arms up to the sky, just at the top of your mat. Take one big breath in together. And then exhale, fold forward. Let it go. Halfway lift. Step back into a high plank, and you can modify by taking one knee down or both knees down. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Elbows back, eyes to the sky. Downward facing dog. Send your bum back. And we find ourselves right back in our downward facing dog. Breathe in. And let it go. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Let it go. Last one, breathe in. Let it go. Let's vinyasa together one more time. Heels nice and high. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Feet to touch. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Nice long spine. Fold forward. Drop your head. Reach up. Breathe in. Mountain pose. Arms to the sky. And then fold forward over your legs. Halfway lift. Come up. Hands to the mat. Step back. High plank. To low plank. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Now right away I want us to float into our high plank again. Option for one knee down or both knees. And we're going to gently come all the way down to our belly. Okay? Rock your hips from side to side. So I really love manual massage. Like self massage is so important. Warms up the belly. Especially if you feel a little bloated. I know it always reminds me when my tummy felt a little sticky, and my mom always used to rub my belly for me. That's what we're kind of doing right now. So rub out your belly. Deep breath in. Let it go. Okay, next inhale, bring your feet together. Upward dog, breathe in. Open up your knees and come into a child's pose. So hips are going to go back, arms forward, eyes to your mat, forehead down to your mat. Just take pause, a few moments to breathe. Yes, sit nice and low into your heels. Lengthen out so you can walk your hands a little bit closer to the top of your mat and pull your hips down, lengthening out your whole spine. Deep breath in. Let it go. Awesome. So come up to your tabletop, okay? Tuck those toes. We're going to come into some cat-cows. So dropping your hips, your belly, opening up your heart to the front of the room, throat open. This is your cow pose. And then round your spine for your cat. So breathe in, cow pose. Exhale, round to cat. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. We'll do one more of each. Breathe in. And exhale. Come back to your table. Walk your fingers to your knees. And we're going to come right up into a crescent lunge. So we're going to start on the right side. Okay, pop up that back knee. Keep it soft if you want a little less. Fire it up if you want a little more. And for me, take your hands to your hips. Draw your pelvis forward. So tuck that tail until you feel your core engage on its own, that natural core engagement to keep you stable and in towards your hips. And then drop the elbows, drop the shoulders back behind you. Okay, tuck your chin. Deep breath in. Exhale. Now send your arms by your sides like wings and hover your chest over your front thigh. And you can go deeper into your lunge if you want to. Okay, deep breath in. Let it go. Keep that belly breathing activated. So keep your mind on that intentional breath, sending air to your diaphragm. Now sending air to your low ribs. And take your hands to your heart for me. We'll feel a little bit warmer. The static hold is going to start to increase our heart rate. We're warming up a little bit. That's okay. What I want you guys to do is hook your left elbow to your right thigh, or take your left hand down to the mat and open up your right hand to the sky. If this is too much, of course, take the modification. Your back knee can come down. So wherever you are, okay, we're just rinsing out the gut. So lengthen out nice and long in your inhale. And then exhale, massage your low belly by gently twisting from your mid-spine. So breathe in, lengthen. Exhale. 2 more. Breathe in. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in. Beautiful. So everyone now take your hands to the mat. Drop that back knee. We're going to send the right foot back, coming right back to where we were in easy pose. So hands to your thighs. You can have your toes tucked underneath you. Okay, and from here, take your hands to your hips. We're going to take the hips up and forward, so pushing the tailbone forward. And come right back up. If you need to open up your knees a little wider, it might be a little bit more comfortable. For me, I always want to find comfort. So I'm going to exaggerate that push forward, relax the low back, and then come nice and low again. We'll do this one more time. Come up and sit nice and low. Now come up, but then this time we're going to get ready. Walk your knees in hip width, left side crescent lunge. Press yourself up, okay? Hands to your hips, just checking out your hips. Make sure they're square to the top of your mat. Arms out like wings by your side, and gently hover forward. So we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Breathe into your belly, breathe into your core muscles. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Press into your big toes. Yeah. And try to lift the arches of your front foot. Yeah, really focusing on pressing into your heel and your big toe. Keep breathing for me. Last one. Hands come to your heart and twist again. So this time your right elbow is going to come to your thigh, or fanning open, or Lots of ways to modify here. Okay, so you guys focus on lengthening, breathe in. Exhale, twist. Keep going, breathe in. Exhale, twist. 2 more, breathe in. Exhale, twist. Last one. Stay, exhale. And gently find the mat. Bring that knee down. Beautiful. We are actually going to stay forward. So lift your back knee and hop up to the top of your mat, opening up your feet nice and wide at the top of your mat. Okay, and stay in a forward fold. Hook your elbows. A soft bend in the knees, but I want you guys to relax your head, relax your upper body, sway from side to side, and let go of your neck. Massage out your upper body, and send your tailbone up towards the sky. Beautiful. I love swaying from side to side whenever I'm upside down. Just reminds me to let go of control. Sometimes I don't need to know all the answers. I have to trust my gut, trust that I am on the best path for me, and this is good. We're right where we need to be. Okay, drop your hands to the mat. Take your feet to touch. Now sit into chair pose. You guys stay at the top of your mat. I'm going to face you for the sake of wanting to see you guys and you wanting to see me. So we're going to sit nice and low. I look like I'm literally sitting into a chair, but really I'm sitting into my heels. Try to take the weight out of your front toes, so all 10 toes can be lifted even. I love lifting my toes. It's an option for you. Come nice and low in your seat, hands to your heart. We're going to twist to the right first. So elbow, that left elbow over to the right, rinsing out. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you can stay a little bit lifted, okay? And then take your fingers open to the floor. If you've got that block, you can bring the floor closer to you by coming into your twist like that. Okay, stay nice and long in the spine. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Last one, look to the sky. And fold forward. Woo! Open your feet nice and wide. Sway your body from side to side. So good. We'll do that on the other side. So feet to touch. And now we're going the other way. So come into your chair pose first. Hands to your heart and go off. You got it. Sit nice and low. Arms open for a little bit more or together for a little less. 3 deep breaths. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Last one. And fold forward, let it go. Okay, you guys can come right to your bums now. Roll out onto your back. And take your knees into your chest. Sway your knees from side to side. Massage, massage, massage. Massage, massage, massage. Massage. And when you feel ready and good, let's take your hands to the outsides of your feet, so the pinky toe edges of your feet, and take a child's pose. Oh, sorry, not child's pose. Happy baby. Happy baby. How can I forget this? Both of my boys did happy baby when they were babies. It was very cute. Happy baby. In your happy baby, grab your feet, press down your feet, knees open nice and wide, and think about that tailbone, your hips. Draw your tailbone a little lower. Ooh, you might feel that little decompression in your low back. Take a little more, take a little less. Option to straighten out your legs. a nice big stretch here. Hi. See, you guys know me well. I always rock from side to side. I'm always moving around. All right, wherever you are, take your feet now right up to the sky. Toes to your nose for waterfall. I love just the very fact that the weight of your legs sitting into your hips, it just decompresses your low back and helps kind of massage out your belly. Feels really good. Just take a few breaths here in your waterfall pose. Lovely restorative pose. Nothing else to do. If you'd like, you can take your hands up. Okay, you can also run your fingers down your legs like this. Just gently creating a little movement in your legs. Any toxins, any fluid that's stuck, really good for lymphatic drainage. Just sending that all the way back down your legs. Now take your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Drop your knees over to the right side of your mat and take your left arm, drop it down so you're creating a supine twist. Now you can pull your thighs up a little closer to your heart and just, oh yeah, rinse out your low back. Or just gently rinsing from your mid-spine, but creating lots of gentle movement through your belly. And come back up to center, switch sides, drop your knees over to the left side of the mat. Oh, reach your right hand over, supine twist on this side. And come back to the intention you set at the very beginning of class. I invite you back to your intention. What are we working on? What are we up to? Where in your life do you need to trust your gut? And trust that it's all okay. And take your knees up. Yeah, hug your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Lay flat onto your mat for your final Savasana. Drop your legs, drop your arms. Breathe into your belly. So take your awareness to your midsection, right above your belly button, just below where the tips of your rib cage meet. Breathe into that space. Imagine a warm light, an orb. With every breath warming and glowing a little bit brighter. And part of who you are, trusting that we have within us what we need to cleanse and clear the way. No stress, no worries, no fear, no judgment. Leave that all here on your mat. Breathe in and out through your nose. Rest and digest. Allowing your brain to start sending calming messages to every part of your body. Your belly, heart, and mind are all in line for the first time of many times we practice self-care. Deep breath in. Let it go. And keeping your eyes closed, gently roll over to your right side. And place your left hand down in front of your belly and push yourself up to a seated position. And cross your legs. And take your hands to your heart center, just joining me as we seal practice together. And take your awareness to your hip bones. Stack them gently under your ribs. Stack your ribs in line with your shoulders. Take a deep breath in together. Let it go. Acknowledge yourself for your practice this afternoon, this morning, this evening, wherever you find yourself, wherever you're meeting yourself. Take a breath for you. Acknowledge yourself for you. And thank you for moving your body this way. I thank you. Your belly thanks you. Together, let's take your hands to your forehead center. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this quick 30-minute session for belly and gut health. If you have any other questions, please drop a comment. Have a great day, everyone.